Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is the artist known as, or aka for short, and you have stumbled upon my very first video. I'm going to be calling this series that I'm doing Eyes Shut Art, or maybe Eyes Shut Art Storytimes. I'm not entirely sure. If you can think of maybe a better name for what I'm about to describe, let me know. But what I'll be doing here is taking a piece of paper and scribbling on it with my eyes shut, obviously, so I can't see what I'm doing. And then from that scribble, I will try and make some sort of interesting, abstract, cohesive something, one or other, We'll see how it goes. And in the background of that, I'll have audios doing story times and stuff like that because I've got to say I have quite a few stories. But just about me and how I started doing art. I think it was when I was maybe very, very little. I've been doing art forever. I think the very first thing I used to do is make mazes and puzzles. I almost made like interactive games where I would place keys and paths, and once the maze was completed, you had to go, and it was pretty much a little board game. You would go and play, bounce back and forth, and get this key to unlock that door, avoid traps. You could pick up weapons, all inside this little maze that I drew on a piece of paper. And I think that is the basis of how I started doing my art. But since I went to a Waldorf school, I don't know if you guys know what that is. But if you do, you can tell everyone in the comments below your opinion and experience with it. But they made us make all of our textbooks pretty much. They called them main lesson books, and we would take everything that we were taught in class and write our own articles, or essays you could call them, and do our own art in the book. And at the end of the semester, or whatever you would call it, the teachers would take our main lesson books and look at all the information that we had learned and gathered and inputted into the book and grade us on that. And despite it potentially being a history lesson on ancient Egyptians or math or anything like that, there was always some sort of art involved to it, at least from what I remember. But that's how I got into art, and I definitely was taught a few things back in those grades. I'm talking kindergarten through 8th pretty much. We definitely was doing that a lot. But when I got into high school, I think I took one art class my freshman year and stopped. I fucking hated art class. I don't know why. There was something about the structure of it that just did not vibe with me. I hated having a set thing to do and having someone tell me, this is what you're going to be drawing and no exceptions. My mind was too free-flowing to actually be told that. So I would be getting assignments in high school and then going up to my art teacher and asking to complicate it more or add my own spin to it pretty much every single time. And even though I was lucky enough to have an art teacher that was willing to potentially let me do that, it was still a fucking public school, and they wanted me to do everything that everyone else was doing, and I did not have the freedom to draw what I wanted to in that class, and therefore it kind of pushed me away from art for a little bit. Granted, I was also doing a lot of sports at that time, but that definitely pushed me away from art mentally for a little while. I've never stopped doing art, obviously, but that was definitely a deterrent in my high school years. And the only other class that I've ever taken, I think, would be one semester of a junior college in Hawaii. Again, the structure was not fun, but I definitely learned new techniques and stuff that I was able to apply to my art in general. But I never really had a good experience, per se, with art school or art classes or lessons. They're definitely needed for people and learning new techniques. You can learn everything on your own, but it is easier to have somebody tell you. But nowadays you can go on YouTube, you can go anywhere and figure this shit out. So it's not that big of a deal. So don't kick yourself in the ass if you're not taking art lessons. Also, I will never say I am the greatest artist. I won't say I'm better than anyone else, because everyone's got their own style, but I definitely have a fixation on black and white. So don't expect to see a lot of color in my art, at least right now. I might change that up, but I stick with black and white a lot. Maybe in another video I'll show you some of the pieces I've done. I've done a few color pieces, but I can't really say I've done that many. Well, anyways, if you have any other questions, let me know. This has been a quick video. I thought my voiceover would be longer. I'd have no script for this. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself, and be ready, because the next videos won't be like this. They'll have an actual structured story, but the art will be the same idea, where I scribble nothing and make it into something. So hope you like that, and hope you like this time lapse of the art piece that I did. I noticed once I had finished, I could have added more details, but I thought let it be the way it is after finishing it, and not add on extra stuff that I didn't film. So I'm going to keep it authentic to that, so you see the actual finished project in that sense. But other than that, like this video, subscribe if you want more. I've got stories coming, so just hang tight. I'm probably going to post at least twice a week. I think that's what I'm going for right now. Other than that, thanks for tuning in, enjoying the art, and stay by for other stories. All right, shoots.